specific about what we're discussing when we use the term corruption. I think it's important. It allows for context, and it allows us to have a more meaningful discussion.
Amen. To that end, Martin, there has been great, I'll use an expression that you like because you used to report from here, Sturm und Drang over the years, about whether the gas plant scandal in Ontario is incompetence or corruption. Which is it?
And my favorite word for that is when people say it's a scandal, I call it a boondoggle. And I think there's a difference. Boondoggle does not necessarily imply criminality. Scandal often suggests criminality, although it doesn't necessarily specify that. And when we look at the gas plant scandal / boondoggle here, there's never been any suggestion that anybody lined their pockets, got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. Incompetence, blind loyalty, not really putting the public interest at the top and instead thinking about partisan advantage, yes. For example, canceling the Mississauga gas plants, I think about 8 days before Election Day in order to reassure themselves that they would win the most seats in that area. So that's a distinction that has to be drawn. But I want to just pick up on that earlier point about perceptions. Yes, Canada is number 9. We're also number 1 in the Western Hemisphere, in the Americas. That's how good we are. So why do we believe there is so much corruption? Maybe it's in the Canadian nature, our persnickety nature, and maybe that's a good thing, as you're suggesting. Maybe it is that hypervigilance. I would call it even paranoia.
Can I offer another alternative?
Yes.
Maybe it's the Toronto Star screaming in 60-point type headlines every single day about how the sky is falling in when it isn't. Is that possible?
And maybe that's what's saving us from corruption. How's that? But I do think the media generally, and the Star is part of it, leads the way in a lot of investigations. For example, on the Orange helicopter scandal, that was a scandal. There's an OPP investigation. The Star brought that forward, and I think it is that kind of hypervigilance that perhaps keeps corruption at bay in Canada.
What do you think explains, Alicia, this conundrum